Welcome to the Fitness and Finance Podcast with Jeff Smith from The Retirement Smith and Jennifer Scherer from Fredericksburg Fitness Studio. True wealth isn't just about finances. It's about maintaining a healthy body and a secure financial future. The Fitness and Finance Podcast is here to help you build strength in both areas, tackling financial strategies for retirement while also discussing ways to stay active, healthy, and energized. Now let's get started with Fitness and Finance. All right. Hey, we got to add you guys to the stage. There you go.
I mean, I feel professional.
I do too.
You like that intro, guys? The new, intro there? Yeah.
Incredible.
Nice way to bring it as the forefront of the show the first time we see it.
Yeah.
I feel like our talking is going to be a letdown after that thing. People are like, man, this is great. And then they're like,
that's the show for today, the intro. So
the
that's our new intro, folks.
That's really
and again, I want to tell everyone you are listening to Fitness and Finance Radio. I guess I don't need to reiterate it since I just told everybody in the intro, but I'm here with our host, Jennifer Scherer and Jeffrey Smith. I call him Jeff and Jen, but you know.
Mm-hmm. The pretty one in hat guy.
It was hat boy. Pretty girl in hat.
Which one of us does not belong? That's all of a sudden. I no hat. I need to lose about 200 pounds and wear a hat, I guess, to be on the show. What's going on here? I would like to know. I would like to find out, huh? All right. So Jeff and Jen, that was the first time you guys saw that intro. So if you have tweaks, you can go back and look at it when we're done with the show. But if you have tweaks, you got to tell Justin, the videographer here.
Justin was great, actually. He came here. That's why that happened, right?
Yeah.
He used a couple clips, and he was in one of the clips.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we took him through some Pilates workout.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. He said, I didn't have enough workout footage for that I needed, he didn't have footage of you guys working with other people. So he used the one of you guys working with him.
Yeah.
And it did look like some type of that Pilates thing that he was on. It looked like you had him strapped down to some type of torture device.
I definitely did.
And I said, what did they do to you?
He did well. He was definitely cooperative.
Well, and he's athletic. He should have a pretty decent core going on.
Mm-hmm. He definitely was challenged.
Yeah.
Was he?
But he did it. And he did a great job. Slow and controlled.
He was actually when I had him do Pilates 100s, I said, all right, we're going to challenge you a little bit now. And we had him, bring his hands down and lift up his chest and lengthen his legs out and do the Pilates 100s. And he's like, all right, I want to do this. I want to make it harder. So then I had him do stars where his arms and his legs had to go out. And then I handed it over to Jeff because I had another appointment, and God only knows what Jeff had.
He had to stop. He had to stop a couple times because he was like, my core is a little bit.
Yeah.
He had to recover for like 30 seconds, but he did all right. He did great.
I'd have to recover for at least 30 days. Convalesce in a home, maybe, after you got through with me. So, no, you guys are great. He actually enjoyed that and said, boy, he needs to be doing that stuff. He really, really enjoyed that opportunity. And he gets why it's so helpful. He goes, that's hugely beneficial.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, that is great. Yeah. Now, I love the show theme today, gifts that last and Christmas past.
Yes.
So I love this topic, especially here going into the holidays. Christmas is just right around the corner. So saying that, Jeff, I know you're excited to open your Christmas gift this year. You already told me. Are you going to wait till Christmas morning to open it?
I mean, I think I have to.
Yeah. I would say so, but I didn't know what your plans were. How about you? Now, I assume since Jennifer got you a gift and you're excited to see what it is, you got Jen a gift, right?
I got her lots of gifts.
Oh,
good.
We had this agreement.
Even though we agreed that.
Oh yeah, never. I'll tell you what. If your wife says we're not good, if your wife says we agreed not to do gifts this year, or we agree just to do one. Don't you go if she says we're not doing gifts this year, you better come up with at least one.
I know.
And if she says we're limiting it to one, you better have at least three.
I mean, Tony, this was me. I was like this. And inside I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, sure, that sounds
exactly.
Great.
And
Like
not to stereotype, but if your wife or a woman tells you we're not doing gifts this year, that means you're definitely doing gifts this year.
And you better get something.
Yeah. And if she says, let's just limit it to one gift this year. Minimum three.
Definitely.
Yep. Otherwise, she's going to be totally disappointed and disgusted with you.
Exactly.
So you got me.
You're not even going to know why.
So is this the only, she says, let's agree to one. And the poor fool that thinks that actually believed her with just one gift, and his wife.
Yeah. His life is over.
Where are the others? And he goes, why did you get me 3 things? And she's holding one item. Embarrassing.
Yeah, this is awkward.
This is awkward.
Well, I hope that's not true for my family, because we did agree no gifts this year for our family.
Well, siblings are different.
Right.
Spouses, a girlfriend or a wife, you always get them more than they tell you.
Exactly.
Always.
100%.
And because that conversation where, well, you said just one, no, you're going to be in the doghouse. You don't want to be put in the position where
we have filters in our ears.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, experiences over material gifts for me.
Yeah,
is all the way.
And that's what we're talking about today, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And we all probably have examples. Later, I'll tell you a great example. I have a great example of that where the physical gift, the item you get, doesn't mean nearly as much as experiences, things like that. So where do you want to begin? I mean, did you think of this topic, Jennifer? So what example do you have?
Well, actually, it was Jeff's idea for the topic. But I think coming up, remembering part of my childhood and remembering like gifts that I got really excited about. I was just thinking about the gift, and you guys were like, what are you talking about? It was called Skip-It. It was this thing where you...
Not a real thing made up.
No,
Go ahead.
It was, I promise you, it was a real thing. It was basically, we put it around your ankle and you skip it around, you skip it around.
I know. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it wasn't called a Skip-It, but go ahead.
Was it like a hula hoop for your ankle or something?
Pretty much. But if you grew up in the 90s, that was your Apple Watch.
Really?
It was basically an ankle skipper with a counter.
Yep.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it counted every rep.
Right.
Yes.
And it would click a little bit.
Yes. I love that thing. That and my pogo stick.
Yeah.
So fun.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Pogo stick is a cool gift.
And it probably cost about $10 in the 90s. But
maybe
it taught me lessons worth way more than that.
Did you keep all your teeth of the pogo stick?
Did you keep all your teeth?
I did. I absolutely
Oh, no.
I know. But now it's like the apps are taking over for all of those fun toys, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was definitely motivated. I remember that thing went up to like 999. It didn't have a fourth. Number.
And you crushed that.
So really?
I got up to 999 and then I had to reset it.
Wow. You're an overachiever right away, though. That's the thing. Oh, wait, let's see. I gotta shrink that down. I gotta somehow let me see. Hilarious. Let me take off the media asset. Here, you'll see. There you go. I put that's an actual photo of Jen when she was a kid.
Is this? Did you terrorize the cats with that thing?
No, I actually did it.
So you'd swing it around on your ankle, and then you'd have to skip over it.
Oh yeah,
so it didn't trip. So it didn't trip you. I mean, it's a.
Is that Punky Brewster that we're seeing here?
No, that's Jen. No, I don't know who that is. But the Skip-It, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that and Beanie Babies. Oh my goodness, my grandmother and I used to collect Beanie Babies. We'd go to Zany Brainy, like as soon as they would open, we would go there and wait in the parking lot because they might have one that I didn't have yet. And I had to, build my collection.
Yeah.
So Christmas Day, she would have a bag like the size of a trash bag, like a Christmas gift bag. And it was jam-packed of Beanie Babies. And I would get so excited. I could barely contain myself get on the ride there. I was like, I know they're going to be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and there it is, the Skip-It.
There it is.
You were
right. Mine was pink.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is like all your. This is
that
like,
was that's a picture of the actual one that was owned by Jennifer.
because
it was owned by Jennifer Scherer. That one
Yeah.
is sold on eBay for $150,000 because
Yes.
it was once used
That's
by
World
exercise fitness guru Jennifer Scherer.
That's right.
I kid. But seriously, it's fun for the whole family.
What was your what was the carnage like in the morning? What was that like for you and Jonathan?
Oh my gosh. Well, so Santa in my house didn't wrap presents.
Okay, wait a second. I have to say this.
Okay.
Her parents were absolute genius. Listen to this whole setup.
Yes.
What? No?
They did.
Explain this to me. They didn't wrap any gifts.
No, because they said Santa just had the toys from the elves on the back of the sled.
They didn't.
And they just put everything under the tree, completely unwrapped.
Oh man.
So
you would know what was there. Did they put them out ahead of time, or
it was overload? No. They put them out Christmas Eve.
Sure. Well, Santa put them there. You went to bed Christmas Eve, and when you woke up Christmas morning, all the gifts were under the tree. Santa left them there for you.
Yes.
Oh my god!
But none of yours were wrapped.
None of them.
No, just the parent, or just the gifts from mom and dad were wrapped.
Well, yeah. From mom and dad.
So how genius is that? That is like
the gifts from Santa weren't.
Yep.
But your mom and dad, if they got you presents, they were wrapped.
Yep.
That is the parent hack of the year. I'm telling you, if there's a tip that anybody takes from this radio show right now, it's that.
Yep.
So you'd think they'd just save time and just not wrap any gifts then, I guess. But
I just think that is hysterical.
They're differentiating. They're showing you that Santa's real because he doesn't wrap his gifts. And our gifts are wrapped. So you know that those are from Santa.
Yeah.
Whose idea do you think? Was that Ralph's idea?
I don't know. Mom said that's the way she grew up.
Really?
So Graham did that.
So Graham had that.
Graham's
a genius.
Graham's
a genius.
Genius or
genius.
Just tight with the time and the money.
I mean, I remember just putting together like whole like houses and
yeah.
I mean, I would be up all night like just busting knuckles trying to put stuff together.
Same.
Oh, what a hack that is. I could just set it up there without any
no wrapping.
Just in the box.
No wrapping. That's awesome.
So brilliant.
We were like, oh my gosh. And we would look in the stockings and then we'd come back and we'd be like, where do we start? We just start with one thing and then we jump to another thing.
I don't know though. Some families, I mean, it's seeing their face, they don't know what it is, and that it's the extra element of waiting, making them wait. But you're right. It does. The whole unwrapping thing though gets crazy because kids get so excited they just tear.
Yeah.
There's paper flying everywhere, and the waste. Like after Christmas morning, we had 3 kids when they were all young, like 5, 7, and 9. I'd have large trash bags, 2 of them full of wrapping and all this stuff and packaging. I mean, all the waste. So that is interesting. I mean, that's a unique take. I've never heard that before. I mean, nothing normal about it, but it's a hot take. No,
my brain was
also,
like, where do I
Skip-It was her favorite gift.
Yeah, Skip-It was your favorite gift, but I thought now gifts that last, and thinking of Christmas past, I thought the point was supposed to be, you brought up the Skip-It, which is, we all have fun memories of maybe 1 or 2 gifts, but like my grandparents meant a lot to me. And at one point I had 7 grandparents. I think I've probably mentioned that on the show.
7.
7. Yep. My mom and dad, my dad's mom and dad, my mom's mom and dad. My parents got married young, and had me fairly young, early 20s. My mom was 19. My dad was 21 when they had me, I believe, or 20. So anyway, I had both regular sets of grandparents. Then on my dad's side, his mom, my grandma's mom and dad, Grandma and Grandpa Lewing, were alive. And on my dad's side, my grandpa Shore, his mom was alive.
Wow.
So that's 7 grandparents. So I was close to, and I knew them all as a kid growing up, and my grandparents lived a long life. My grandpa lived to 101. So I knew my grandparents really well. But when I was a kid, if I try now to think back to a gift that they got me for Christmas or a birthday or Christmas, can't do it. I couldn't name one of the gifts they got me. But you know what? vivid, detailed memories of the time they spent together and of Christmases at their house.
Right.
And conversations, family, those gatherings I remember. So the best gift you can give, like for people who are listening out there who are parents or going to be grandparents or are grandparents, the best gift you can give to your grandkids is time, right? I mean, is your time. And that's what they'll remember. Like taking a trip with you, they'll remember that. And it doesn't even have to be Disney World. It can be one of the main things I remember about my grandpa Whelan on my mom's side is driving to Adrian, which is about 17 miles away from his house. There was a natural spring there, and they'd go and get spring water.
Yep.
And so I just remember doing that, and he'd let me run up, and I cut my hands, and the water's pouring over the rocks. It was the best tasting water I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I wish it was still there, and I wish you could still drink it. You can't now.
You can't do that anymore, but we used to do the same thing.
Yeah. And they'd people would be there filling up jugs.
Yeah.
Right. Of the natural spring water. And there'd be a line sometimes of people.
We had that in New York too. We
Yeah.
would go, it was like maybe 10, 15 miles outside of where we grew up, and everybody would just pull over.
But I don't remember one gift they got me. Not one.
Really?
Well, that didn't matter as much as the time.
Yeah, I mean, my mom and dad, when I was a teenager, they got me some gifts. I remember a snowmobile one year.
What?
A brand new snowmobile.
You got a snowmobile
for Christmas?
Oh my gosh, Tony!
Brand new Yamaha 440 XL, beautiful.
Oh my!
Yeah, got a snowmobile for Christmas.
That's amazing.
I got some underwear and some socks.
I was an only child.
I
was an only child, and spoiled rotten.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
People are like, did you like being an only child? Didn't you miss having brothers and sisters? But you were only children are spoiled rotten. You mean, did I get more stuff for Christmas than I would have if I had 5 siblings?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Gosh.
But now that my parents need care constantly.
It's you.
And now it's just me. Now I wish I had 3 sisters, because if I had 3 sisters,
right,
I wouldn't be, this little pinky wouldn't even have to lift or move.
Oh man,
that's bad. I know.
Oh,
I love helping my parents though. I owe them for, I mean, the hell I put those 2 through growing up as a kid.
Just
come on, it's turnabout is fair play,
right? I mean, you're just jumping the snowmobile in front of them.
I was.
Did you really?
I would jump the ditch, launch, and the phone would ring, and it'd be my grandma because we were right across the lane. Jody's out there. He's going to kill himself. He put that vehicle in the air. There was air. He went over the road, not on it. Yeah, that was an actual call. I mean, that could have been the actual recording of the call my grandma made to my mom. She was not happy. She was looking out her window at me jumping the lane.
So funny. I mean, that's what it's like in small towns. Like, you know, I could never get away with anything, because by the time I got home, my mom would know absolutely everything that I did.
Oh yeah,
you know, just from the neighbors and
sure.
You know.
Yeah, and people were more than happy to tell on you too. The neighbors, my grandparents, other people in town, and my parents knew everybody in our town, right?
Same.
Farming community.
I mean, our town was so small that we didn't even use the exchange, right? So most people have to do the area code. We didn't even have to do the exchange. It was just the last 4 numbers.
Oh yeah, no. Yep. My grandparents' town, Reading, Minnesota, was that way, and they had a party line. I still remember.
Party line.
I'm old enough to remember a party line where you'd pick up their phone and you could hear the neighbors talking, and you'd have to wait to make a call until they were done with their call.
I mean, gossip.
But sometimes you put your finger on it, make everybody quiet down, and you slowly let the little hang up thing raise.
They know,
and you cover the mouthpiece, and you're just listening. Like, ooh, their niece is pregnant.
I know, it's the greatest.
It's terrible. I'm teasing. We may not have done that. So, but wouldn't you guys agree that the best gifts aren't physical items?
Yes.
Yeah. Experiences. That's what you give them. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Give experiences more than physical. I mean, I know Jeff's pretty pretty pumped about getting that gift from you, Jen. He's like, I can't wait.
It's an experience too.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm
the
sure
gift
of
I'm
it.
giving is definitely an experience.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Good luck, Jeff. Yeah.
Yes.
A new torture device to strap you to in the exercise room.
Probably.
Make you work out.
Probably
Yeah.
something like that.
But if you think about it too, you know, gifts that came in the form of money, right? In terms of a card with money. I mean, my grandmother would send me $20.
Yep.
And, you know, that meant a lot. I was like, wow, you know, I put it away in my little piggy bank, and so it started teaching me to save, you know, at a young age.
I got that from my grandparents as well. Money.
Well, I think honestly, I think the biggest thing with Christmas and the way it used to be is that you would wait all year to get something. And
Right.
you know, today is, you know, all about getting it when you feel like getting
I
it.
know.
You don't
Instant gratification.
There's no deferring your, you know, your excitement, because we can get it whenever we want. It shows up in 2 days. And so I think for me,
If not the same day.
yeah, we would get the wish book in, you know, Sears and then the JCPenney catalogs that were like this thick.
The toy
Yeah,
catalogs.
and my
too.
brother and I would just kind of go through it, and we would just
circle.
read.
Did you circle things?
Oh my gosh, we would circle it, but we would more importantly, we would talk about what we would do with those things. You know what I mean? Like we would.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And we would try to create excitement around our mom. You know what I mean? It was always like we would just get super pumped and describe exactly what we're gonna do to get our mom's attention to, you know, really buy those things, you know, and they were always the most expensive things.
Sure.
You know, it was like the 4-wheelers, like we always wanted 4-wheelers or something like that. Well, back then it was like 3-wheelers, right? The big reds. But yeah, that was always fun. It was always the whole excitement. And, you know, I think for me, you know, it was always snowy in upstate New York, you know, so everything was centered around, you know, staying inside and being warm. Especially when you're a kid. So my mom was always really good about making, you know, the home very cozy and warm and inviting, and making cookies, and, you know, the whole scene and the excitement about what would be under the tree was more than what was actually under the tree. You know what I mean? So I always thought that was amazing. We'd always go to my grandma Smith's, and she was a foster child. She was an orphan, and she had 8 kids, and you know, everybody would come back to her house, and it was tiny. For dinner, we would have something there, usually Christmas Eve or something, not necessarily on Christmas Day, but she would I mean, we would be packed in there like sardines. And she was not a wealthy woman, but she always made so much food for everybody, and she had a gift for everyone. And so this is a wonderful woman. She the story is that her and her brother were placed in a home on Christmas Eve. And so when they woke up, the kids, the biological kids, were opening gifts, and they didn't have any gifts for my grandmother. So it was really, really hard for her. She had a very, very difficult time with it, and remembered it so much that she would buy extra gifts every year in case somebody came and showed up. And so everybody would get a gift. We would always, every year I would get a flannel. And the last year that she gave it out, I still have the one that she gave me from like the late 90s.
Wow.
Like maybe 2000, maybe. I think it was, she passed away. But so cool. She would, you know, afterward she'd say a prayer for dinner, and she'd say, I wonder what the poor people are doing tonight.
Oh.
And she was just, I mean, it was just sweet, because she was always in poverty, you know. But but anyway, it was that to me was a really good experience. I just remember, you know, where I came from. And it was incredible.
Yeah, and it's not even it's not a physical. The gifts that last aren't the physical item isn't going to last, but what will last are the memories and the experiences we share with each other. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My dad was obsessed with like personality tests. He loved them. And so he would make us all do personality tests, and then he would break it down, everybody. And he would have a ball with it. Like he would just laugh at who was like type A, you know what I mean? And he just loved that. He loved it if you were, just hard hitting and driving all the time. So
Mhm.
it was always fun to see the differences between my siblings and I. And there's 4 of us, so it was always plenty of fun.
Mhm. If I think about like time, your experiences in time, I think about family vacations.
Oh,
And,
yes.
you know,
Yes.
and throughout the year, my parents prioritized, getting away and demonstrating that work-life balance, which I need to practice more of, mom and dad. So I find that like when you guys are talking about all this, I'm picturing we went to Europe, we visited Germany, and I remember meeting my grandmother and my great grandmother, and just the culture there at the age of 12. I think I was 12 when we first went there. Was so eye opening for me. All the different,
That's
the
neat.
way people lived. And
So your Oma's mom?
yep. And then Helmut,
Oh yeah.
my grandfather. And I just that was such a time of my life that shaped the way when I came back home. I can remember just sharing all those experiences with my friends and couldn't wait to go back. And I think that's so important, if you can get your kids into that different culture to let them see how other people live. I think it's really important.
That is huge.
Yeah,
That is a huge thing. And
yeah.
that's something that's a memory and an experience that will last and
Mhm.
that'll stay with you
Oh yeah,
and will impact the rest of your life. That's really a
100%.
great example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one year, when my son was young, he was probably 7 or 8. We were asked to do like a Secret Santa for a family that was less fortunate. I guess that's the term. And so we went about and we shopped for, we got everything on the list, and and then we took it to them, and they were staying at a hotel and lived in a hotel. And so one of the best lessons I've ever uh, was able to be part of was when he was handing those gifts to the young boys there, and we sat and talked with him for about an hour. And when we left, his face was just pale, and I was like, "What's the matter?" He's like, "Did they live there?" And I was like, "Yeah," and that's where they live. And so, I mean,
Mm.
that kind of hit home. I think up until then, he's never really experienced. He didn't know. You know what I mean? He's young.
Yeah.
He just didn't know. And thankfully, you know,
But a good
my
wake-up call,
businesses,
you know?
yeah, the business that I've done and worked in, has provided plenty for us, and which is I thank God for all the time. But as a result of that, you do have a responsibility to maybe
Yep,
help other people,
you
and
do.
and also allow um that to not just be on the side, right? You need to not ignore the fact that other people are not doing as well as you. And
Mhm.
and I think we have a responsibility to not only, you know, be in it, but also help
Mhm.
in some way. And so I felt like that was a very valuable lesson for all of us in
Yeah.
that room. So
Mhm.
Yep, important lessons that are truly gifts to be able to, experience and let these things shape our lives and that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
That is huge.
It is.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's great. Now, yeah, before we wrap up, I have to tell you Christmas is the best, was the best for us when our kids were young,
Mhm.
in that 3 to maybe 12 or 13 range, right in there. It's so great because you get to experience the joy of Christmas through their eyes. But then there's the commercialism of it. And back when our kids were young and little, toddlers, Target and Walmart and Best Buy and even some department stores still put out toy catalogs. Like there'd be a Target toy catalog, there'd be
Mhm.
a Walmart would have a toy catalog, and I know some are going back to that. I just saw a news story. They're having toy catalogs. Walmart has one for this year. But then we'd give them to them and say, circle what you want for Christmas. And my oldest, my son, and our youngest, Anna, would go in there and they'd probably find there were, Anna just circled 2 things. Adam circled 3, but Allison, our middle daughter, every page, 4 or 5 items on every single page. Some page, everything on the page circled in big red marker. And I saw her doing that, and I said, now circle only the things you guys really want. And Adam's like, okay. And he circled 3 things throughout the whole catalog. I go, Allison, that you too. Now just circle what you really, really want. Santa can't get you everything, and you have to be fair because he's got to bring toys to the kids. Okay, Dad, only what I really, really want. And then so we're going later that night after they go to bed. Sarah and I are paging through. It's like, yep, circled, circled everything. And I talked to a guy today who has kids that age. His kids are 4, I think 5 and 7, and asked each one. And his 7-year-old is his son, and his son asked for 3 iPads. That's what he wants. And he goes 3 iPads. And I go, your son asked for 3? And he goes, yeah, he doesn't want his 2 younger sisters using his, so he wants us to get 3. And he's going to give the other 2 to them because he said, I want them for my sisters. I want to be generous and make sure they have them too. But then he got out of them. Well, I don't want them using mine. And then he wanted a new PlayStation because they have the PlayStation 4, and he also wants the PlayStation 5. So then he gave his dad a list, and it was new surround system, big screen TV, and PlayStation 5, because he sees that his 7-year-old and assumes that all goes together. And so his dad asked, his dad, that's a package. You have to have the surround sound.
I love it.
And the big screen TV to play the PlayStation 5. And his dad said, well, we have a surround sound, he goes, no, for my room. and then he goes, well, I thought you wanted 3 iPads. And he goes, no, I don't want those anymore. And then they asked the middle daughter, what do you want? She goes, 3 iPads. and he goes, so who told you that? Yeah. And he goes, Wesley. She goes, Wesley told me to ask for 3 iPads because I didn't know what I want.
So good.
And he goes, if I bought him everything, he goes thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And then he goes, he's not getting any of it. But isn't that great? Kids are great. I mean, 3 iPads. And then later wants a full surround sound system, a big screen TV, and a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
He ditched the iPads, but then his little sister was asking for
That's genius. That is genius.
Thanks, Best Buy.
That kid's going
the kid's going play. He'll be CEO of a company.
Yeah, for sure.
I go, the chip doesn't fall far from the tree, or the apple, the block, or the apple from the tree.
That's right.
That's awesome.
So good.
Anything else before we go?
I don't think so. I think this is a good time to kind of ask yourself, what gift do you want to pass down? Right.
Yep. And I just want you and Jennifer to know that my gift to you is knowing me.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. That's I got that going for
me.
me.
I love that.
It's nice.
Tony Shore.
Love it.
Yeah, it's actually, I think it says Dr. Tony Shore.
Does it really?
There should be a doctor in there somewhere.
So you're covering it up.
Am I?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm covering it up.
Well,
which side is it on? Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. There's the doctor. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
That's it.
So
ho,
ho, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Wow,
that was good.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
I love it.
You gotta get in there and dig deep.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah. Old Saint Nick. Well, hey guys, I wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
And I think we have one more show left before the new year. We got one more, and then Christmas, the new year, and 2026.
Yeah, some good exciting things. We're gonna be changing the studio up a bit. So we're excited about that. We're gonna make some changes to the studio, and what else? Oh, we're going to be recording in Minnesota in February.
Yes, we are. I heard about that. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're going to fly in February.
Good luck coming to Minnesota in February. One of the coldest months, typically.
Well, B Zinda got me tickets to see them play. The Wild play Montreal. So
Nice.
Really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're coming as well, right, Jen?
Jen's
Yeah.
coming,
Yeah. It'll be fun to record with you two.
Yeah.
In the studio here in person.
Yep.
It's so much better. And we're going to do a pro shoot in the video studio.
Yeah,
So
it'll
that'll
be
be
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So, all right.
All around
The Skip-It does exist. It does exist.
I would
And now
put
I
millions
remember
in
that. I didn't have one because I wasn't coordinated enough for that.
Oh.
Well, because you had the snow machine. I mean,
I was out on the snowmobile at that point. Well, she was inside
I'm
jumping over the plastic. All right. Well, we'll see you guys. And listeners and viewers, if you have questions, go to fitnessfinancepro.com. So if you have fitness or finance questions, Jeff and Jennifer will be there to help you out. That's fitnessfinancepro.com. And that does it for today's episode of Fitness and Finance Radio with our hosts, Jennifer Scherer and Jeffrey Smith.